What's up, YouTube? My name's Kevin. I'm creating this video as kind of like a collaboration reaction video. The idea is Jackal Goldkick could put it on his channel if he wants to after he watches it. So if you're watching this, he watched it and was like, yeah, I'll put this on my channel. And the reason why I'm doing this is because he's in bed, so I can't talk to him about it. So, surprise! I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions about the whole situation, the audio clips and text messages. But I'm also going to give Jackal Goldkick some advice about relapsing on Mr. Beef videos.
What's up, YouTube? It's Jackal Goldkick. Welcome to Mr. Beef episode 46. And I know what you're probably thinking. Jackal, didn't you say you were done with beef and drama? I'm relapsing on the beef and drama. Sometimes we all slip, we all relapse. We sometimes go back to things. Because I'm so angry about this that I have to talk about it. And it's about Larry Cool the Game.
So I want to focus on what he just said, that he's angry. So here's the thing. Like, I could tell you to, instead of creating a video, maybe talk to your mom, talk to whoever, talk to this person, talk to me, talk to the kitchen sink. But at the end of the day, you're going to do what you need to do. So I'm going to give you a little lifeboat, if you will. So you've been doing beef videos for quite some time, okay? Quite some time. And it's the only thing that you know. So when you get angry, that's the thing that you go to. So my way of thinking is, instead of doing it, what if you did not do an actual beef video? You didn't label it as a beef video. You didn't announce it as a beef video. The thumbnail doesn't even suggest it's a beef video. You might be asking, how can you do this? Well, here is my unorthodox example. Hello, my name is Jackal Goldkick. Welcome to my channel. And, well, right now I'm really pissed off at Larry the Batman. Him and his family been accusing me of taking $18,000. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to do beef videos. And this isn't a beef video. I'm not labeling it as a beef video. But at the end of the day, I need to vent to you, my subscribers. So this is me doing that. And that is my kitten being like, dude, I am not a prop for your video. The reason why I give that example, as unorthodox as it was, but hey, she's still hanging out, she's all right, is that it acknowledges that you're trying to get away from the Mr. Beef videos, to be like, hey, I know I said I wasn't going to do this. The video's still going to be a little bit drama oriented, but I'm not labeling it Mr. Beef. I'm not calling it Mr. Beef. And you make the point that, hey, I need to vent. I need to talk about this. This is the only way that I know how. And that's what I'm talking about, the small little steps for you to take, to where it's like, it's not about, well, why didn't you just, go to sleep and sleep on it? Why didn't you talk to your mom? Why didn't you talk to whoever instead of making a video? Instead, it's about, what can you do now, because you have this habit. It's hard to break a habit. So what you need is small little baby steps. So that's the advice that I give you in regards to any potential future Mr. Beef videos. Now I'm going to skip ahead in said audio so that we can get to the meat of this here video.
Let me show you the voice messages. You turn this shit up. Hopefully you can hear it.
Mom, I'll show you, and I don't want to see on YouTube, eh?
So you're saying that he took $18,000 from Mom?
No, he tried to. And why is this point on YouTube?
He tried to, I see.
Why is this point on YouTube, Larry?
It's not.
Then I'm going to play the second voice message.
So in your honest opinion, do you think that Jackal Goldkick was screwing my mother over? Because honestly, I don't think you would do such a thing like that, Terry.
It's not over.
Well, then, can you seen the paperwork in there, Larry?
The paperwork? What paperwork?
From the bank.
Oh, from the bank? Gee, that's not good. Jackal Goldcake, you need to explain yourself, man. Because my family is very pissed off right now. They're not happy.
So what is this bank statement that they're talking about? Because for context, it is not going to tell anyone who was trying to spend the money or who spent the money. Like, I could show you my own bank statements. I could show you my credit card statements. And they will not say, hey, this is the location. It will say that. This is the amount. Or it'll say, like, a general idea like Amazon, Walmart, that kind of thing. But it may not say, oh, it was the Walmart in Oregon, or it was the Walmart in 10 buck fuck wherever. It'll say Walmart, and then it may have a store name. That's a possibility. Or a number, you know, because they all have their own numbers. And then it'll say the amount, and then the date. Maybe the actual time per the hour. But it will not say, Kevin spent this. And then if I were to give my debit or credit card to, say, my mom or my dad, and they went somewhere and spent it, it's not going to say, oh, the movie theaters, this is how much they spent on this day at this time. It was Nick who used the card. It's not going to say that. All right. There's no statement from any service that would say that. Another thing that is weird is that they're referring to Jackal Goldkick by his online name. And the credit card company would not refer to an individual by their online personification. Besides the fact that the only way they would know who spent the money is if there was police involved. And even then, well, we wouldn't be looking at this here video because Jackal would not be able to make a video. Because that means that the investigation would have already been happened. And then the police in wherever Larry lives would have got a hold of the police where Jackal lives. And then they would have went there, looked for any evidence, and then, well, you know, we wouldn't be watching his video right now. But what is being claimed in the video is that Jackal tried to take money. But where is his mom getting that information? It's not from the credit card company. I 100% fucking know that for a fact. Because if I were to call them and for the most recent transaction and ask them, do you know who used this card on this at this place at this time? They'd be like, no. We just know it was used. Is your card missing? Have you lost your card? That's all they would do. And then they would lock the card. And they might do their own internal investigation. And if they felt the police needed to be involved, then they would involve the police. Because that's how this would work. But what is suggested in the video is the complete opposite of how anything is done. And it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, in case Jackal does upload this to his channel and Larry ends up watching it, that your mom's first accusation is some random person that you know online. That doesn't make any sense. Because one, credit card company wouldn't refer to him by his online internet name. Two, they wouldn't tell your mom if they knew the name of the individual who had used said card somewhere, because that would require the police investigation. It's not something they could do completely internally, because it requires, you know, if it's an online purchase, where was it shipped to? Who lives at that address? If it was a physical attempt in a store, well, who in the cameras walked into that store? What register? Was there a camera at the register or facing the register to show the customer using the card? There's too many things that don't add up with this. And yeah, because I could sit here all day. I mean, it just doesn't add up objectively. Stuff doesn't make sense. Because the credit card company isn't going to know anything about Jackal, his YouTube online name or anything of that nature. But his mom knows, which to me is suspicious. So, not to make accusation against your own mom, Larry, but are you sure your mom didn't try spending the money and the card was canceled? Or your mom got misinformation from the credit card company and she's assuming that it's your online buddy? Because here's my thought is, what if your mom or someone in your family used a credit card, tried to use it, and they're blaming the person you know online? Because if they blame the person you know online, then they can try to guilt trip you into paying their bill, like you later in a text message, which let's continue.
With you one that I don't believe that you would do such a thing like this. But apparently my mom's credit card got canceled recently. It says there's some credit card fraud with you trying to take $18,000 from my mother. So you really do have to have a damn good explanation for this, man. A damn good explanation for this.
He doesn't need a damn good explanation because, like I already stated, the credit card statement isn't going to say shit about Jackal Gold Kick. Because it's not going to say who tried. It's not going to say who tried and who actually used the card. It does not work like that. That's a fact.
Can you explain yourself, Jackal? Because my family is very pissed at me right now. They're thinking about arresting you for fraud. Oh yeah, Jackal. You're not responding, man. You're not responding. You gotta get back to me, Mr. Not Responding. Because you're not responding, Jackal. You're not responding. Come on, Jackal, get back to me and stop responding, man. Because you're not responding, man. You're not responding, Mr. Not Responding.
So those are the voice messages he sent me around 7:33.
So, yeah, I mean, I said a decent amount of stuff already that kind of just disproves the audio already. But I find it kind of weird that he states that he doesn't think Jackal did it, but then he's kind of, I'm not really sure the word I'm trying. I want to say the word antagonize, but that's really not the word that is correct in what I'm thinking. It just, none of this makes sense, Larry or Jackal, from everything that I've already stated. And I don't think it really helps your situation, Larry, that you're constantly texting him. I've watched this entire video already, so I do know that that does irritate him, of you constantly texting him. That's why I ultimately said in a different recording, this is like my third or fourth recording of this, when Jackal mentioned that he's done, he's no longer going to be friends, I was like, well, that is, anything's possible, just improbable. It really just is based on where this goes and how you two handle it with each other and in the future. But at the end of the day, back to the video.
p.m. And when I heard these, he said, I want the truth from you, Jackal Gold Kick. And when I heard this, I was flustered. I was pissed. I was angry. Still am. Which is why I'm making this video. And after I left that voice message, he sends me this text message right here.
Okay. Her credit card has been completely canceled. We are fucked, dude. I have a debit card only. So does this person. Mom has no credit card now and only a retirement check, but the check, it goes towards the house and car insurance. So now she's asking me for even more money now to pay off the debts and I don't have it. What debts? What debts are you talking about? Like, are these other debts outside of the $1,800? Because from what I gathered from the audio clips, it was attempted, meaning nobody actually took that amount. Which also doesn't make sense why they would have canceled the card. The only way they would have canceled the card is if your mom said that she was not the one that had made the attempt and she told them she didn't have the card. Then they would have canceled it and then reissued her another one. So that doesn't make sense. And why would she be asking you anyway to pay more money for her debts? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, you say she's retired, but I mean, if she's the one, because none of this makes sense, because like, what debts are we talking about? Are these debts that she's racked up on credit cards that you're not responsible for? Then she needs to get off her lazy butt and pay them herself. Even if it means, well, becoming unretired. I'm sorry to say. None of this makes any sense. There's too much conflicting stuff going on here. Besides the fact that the math in the 18 an hour, something about 1,500, and then you only make around 2,000, none of that adds up, by the way, just so we're all on the same page. But that's beside the point. She uses her retirement check for the house and a car. Well, then how do you pay back the credit card that she was using? Like, is that coming from your money? What is she using the credit card for? Groceries? Other bills? And then you're paying your mom and then she pays it back? You see, none of this is adding up. None of this makes any sense. All we have here is accusations with no proof or evidence. And that, I think, is the biggest problem here. It's all hearsay. And it sounds like the hearsay is coming from Larry's mom, which makes me, tinfoil hat on, think that maybe she's the one that screwed everything up and is trying to blame someone else that Larry knows so she can guilt trip him into giving her more money. Because like I already explained, there's a legal process for this, and clearly your mom hasn't started or done that legal process, which is also suspicious. Anyway, that's my thoughts, opinions, and facts that I bring towards this controversy, and my advice in regards to Jackal Goldkick and Mr. Beef videos. I'll leave it up to him to do some kind of outro, because he might record himself and stick himself at the end of this. I don't know. You have a good one.